Hi guys, Angie back with my fairy treasures. Okay, let me just make sure I'm getting all, yes. Okay, so we are almost done with Autumn. If you don't remember, that's what I named her. Okay, so in the last time I had just finished up, what did I do? Her face and her skin. One thing though that I messed up is I had somehow lost the hair here, and so I drew that back in because I don't like just a round thing at the top. It looks like she's bald. So, because see, look, see here how I brought the hair down over here and down here. So she only had a little bit of forehead left. I don't know what the heck I did. So I brought in the hairline back in again like that. So we're good again. I don't know how I lost that, but I did. I was like, something doesn't look right with her forehead. That looked horrible. Okay, so now we're going to do the hair. I did this side of the hair. We're not going to do all of the hair. I'm going to do probably 20 minutes of hair. And then I'll fill in the rest of it off camera. The other thing is I need to do the background and I need to do all these beads. And I'm not going to do that on camera because this whole series, this whole video is long enough. The different parts I have. So if you want to see how the background turned out and how the beads turned out with this, you can look on Instagram in the next few days and I'll have it on there. Okay, so let's do the hair. Let me come in just a little bit so you guys can see. It's come out like that. Okay, so the colors I'm going to use is I'm going to use indigo, blue, then I'm going to go in with violet, orchid, is this, oh, blush pink, and I'll use a little bit of white to highlight, and then my blender pencil. Really quick on this blender pencil, I went to Michael's today to get a blender pencil, and I can't remember what brand I used last time, but anyway, when I went there, they have all their pencils, like Prismacolor pencils, some other brand, and then Artist Loft. They actually have like a more of a professional type of pencil, or maybe it's a student grade, I'm not sure. But they're like $3 a piece, so they're not cheap, but they're not $5 or $6 either. So anyway, but their blender pencil was only like $1.20, so I picked up 3 of them because that's the cheapest I've seen them. And I'm like, oh, please let them work. I saved my receipt in case. But you know what? The Artist Loft blender works awesome at Michael's. $1.20, you guys. So if you want to get one of those, I would get them. And there was only 3 left. So they go quick, obviously. So I picked up all 3 of them. I cleared the shelf. Okay, here we go. All right, this is a very little, oops, am I starting? Oh yeah, I'm starting with the right one. This is very small little area right here. So I am probably just gonna put those 2 colors in there and go straight to the pink and then blend this together. You guys aren't probably even seeing what I'm doing. I'll get to a longer strand here in just a second. It was just a really small little area. There we go. All right, because that's not the, okay, we're going to do this section right here so you guys can see a really nice big section. Okay, so here we go. Start out with the indigo blue. And when you do this for the hair, you want to use a light medium pressure. Not too heavy though, because you do want to be able to blend. You do need to blend your colors into each other. Let's bring it down just a little bit more. This is a really long strand. And I try to work from both sides so I kind of know when I'm coming closer to the middle of the highlight. Violets next. And I'm using Prismacolors. So if you like this color combination, write it down. And I always advise that, like if you're watching somebody color or paint or whatever, always have a piece of paper around or a little notebook so you can write down like the colors they're using or the combinations they're using or the watercolors that they're using. Okay, and then I'm going to bring down this purple a little bit more into this magenta. If I could have come down a little bit more on both of these. Okay, and then we're going to go in with some pink. This is for the highlight. This is ending up just perfect, because right in the center you want to kind of leave, if you can, if you have enough room, leave it white right in the center. If you have enough room. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just can't do it. Okay, so then we're going to blend. Blend the indigo into the violet. And after you blend it into the violet, before you start blending the violet too much, wipe off your pencil. Start doing your magenta color. Blend that into the pink. Wipe off your pencil and then blend your pink out. Going back into the magenta and blending into the pink a little bit more. Okay, let's go up here at the top and blend that into the purple, into the violet. Get your pencil. A second, I need to get more of a piece of paper that's clear. Okay, start blending your purple, your violet into the magenta. Wipe your pencil and then take your magenta into your light pink a little bit. There we go. Wipe your pencil. Just a second. There we go. And then start doing your pink into the white section. And both the light pinks kind of meet up in the middle. And just look at things. If things need to be blended out anymore, do it. Okay, and then I'm going to take the white and go over all of this. In fact, you know what? The pinks didn't meet up enough, so I'm just going to put a little pink in the middle. There we go. Just a little bit. And then put this white. And this is just a light pressure, just to get everything blended together. You know what? Just a second. I just don't like how things kind of ended up here in the middle. Let me add a little bit more pink into here. There we go. And let me add a little bit more magenta. The magenta could have gone out a little bit further on this whole thing. Here too. There we go. Alright, let's blend. There we go, that looks better. And then we'll blend the pinks. Okay, perfect. That looks a lot better. A little bit more pink in here. And let's throw the white in here. That looks good. There we go. That looks good. Let me check my camera. It better still be on. Look how pretty that looks. Okay. So let's go to another long strand right next to it so you guys can see that one. I'm going to go in with indigo. Sometimes it's hard to, on those really long strands, it's hard to judge how far to go down. So I had to kind of go back on that and put in some more color a little further along on the strand. It's weird, you always think you got it, but I don't know. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't got jack crap. Okay, and then we're going to go in with the pink. Oh, I know something I've been forgetting to do. I mean, you don't have to do it, but it really helps, like, just lay more color down and smoother. I'll tell you guys in just a second. And I don't always do it, but I should. Makes a difference. I'll tell you in just a second. Okay, we're going to start, we're blending all these together. That's why I said we'll only do this for about 20 minutes, just so you can see the process of this, because it's just the same kind of monotonous thing over and over and over. Which I find doing the same monotonous thing over and over very, very relaxing. I absolutely love it. Okay. All right, let's throw some white in the middle here. By throwing the white in the middle, you're giving it extra blending to everything. And you want to blend the pinks together and then the color right before the pinks, which is that magenta color. And the whole area just gives it a little bit more blending. That looks good. Okay, this is what I was going to show you that I should have been doing to the whole strand, to this whole thing. Okay. I'm using an alcohol marker. It's a very light pink color. And you just lay down, just do a light pink. And this light pink marker, it lays down a base. And it lays down a base, and just, and your pencils go over it smoother. You have a base, so you don't have to work as hard to lay down color. It's making me mad because it's lifting up the black. Okay. You got to be careful because it can lift up the black. I'm trying to stay away from the black lines from the printer. So I'm just trying to stay away from the black lines when I do this. Oh, let me come back out, because I'm going down a little lower. Okay. So, I don't know what my problem is, you guys, but I love the smell of alcohol markers. You're like, okay, Angela's a crackhead. I just love me the smell of some alcohol markers. But you know what I don't like? I don't like the smell of, oh, what are they called? What are the ones? They're not alcohol markers. They're cheaper. Buy them everywhere. Why am I not thinking of it? Oh, it'll hit me. But anyway, I do like the smell of these markers. I'm gonna start sniffing markers. Just kidding. I'm a weird person too. Like, I'm very into natural cures and everything. Like, I take only herbal medicine, so I don't know why I like the smell of markers. That's pretty toxic. Not super toxic, but it's not, you know, natural. But I also love the smell of gas. I'm crazy. Okay. So we laid down that light pink marker. Oh, and this is a Spectrum Noir alcohol marker. And if you have these and you want to use it, this is FS6. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's go back up here to the hair strand. We'll do this one right here, this nice long one right here. Make sure you guys are still there. Yes, you are. And let's work out this far. Hopefully you guys can see good enough because, oops. Start with indigo, not purple. Okay. Okay, now we go to the violet. Okay, now we're gonna go to, this is orchid, right? Yeah. Look how small my orchid is. I use this so much. I love orchid. It's like one of my favorite colors. I also love processed red. Processed red is another beautiful like magenta color. It's gorgeous. I don't know why they call it processed red. That's why I didn't even use it. It was in my reds, in my bundle of reds. I bundle up all of my pencils. And so I didn't even know that color was beautiful. And I saw, I can't think of this girl's name. Anyway, I saw her use it in one of, when she was coloring. And I was like, oh, I hope I have that color. Oh, I have it. Never used the damn thing. I use it now. I used it in these that flower. Isn't it gorgeous? Like I said, it's not even a red color. Now it's with like my, like all my purples and stuff. Because it's more of a magenta color. It goes more in the purple family, not the reds. Okay, I need to add a little bit more magenta right here. Okay. I seen that processed red. I'm like, where have you been all my life? Color's the bomb. I'll tell you what else is the bomb is, see her dress color? I think it is absolutely beautiful. It is Daniel Smith watercolor. And it is the color, I took all, I have a bunch of individual tubes, so I put all the tubes in here like this, and then I swatched them so I know what all my colors are, so they're in order. And that's Moon Glow. Look at that color. Isn't that Moon Glow color gorgeous? It's the one that's right there. And it undulates out, and I mean, it's just beautiful. All kinds of colors. Oh, and there's real gemstones in the watercolor, in that watercolor. There's some other ones that have real gemstones in them too. Like, I think the cobalt does. I think this phthalo blue does. I think this cobalt violet. Anyway, Daniel Smith's watercolors are delicious. And I learned about Daniel. I never even heard of Daniel Smith watercolors. But I learned about him from Jane Davenport because she loves Daniel Smith watercolors. And I think she also has created a line with him, the Daniel Smith watercolors, and she has her own Daniel Smith watercolor sets, I think. Anyway, and I think I got them from Cheap Joe's. So I think I was paying like between like $4 and $5 a tube, something like that. And so I got all those colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it cost me like $75 for all these colors. 12, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 8 colors cost me like 70 bucks or 60, 70, 80, something like that. It was a long time ago. But those are all the beautiful colors that I got. Raw Sienna, Ultramarine Turquoise. Yeah, that has, I think, real turquoise in it, ground up. Moon Glow has real gemstones in it. That's an indigo. I got Cobalt Violet, Cobalt Blue Violet. That amethyst has real amethyst in it. And then Phthalo Blue. I guess what I chose is just all my favorite colors, as you guys know. Okay, let's keep going with this. You guys are like, Angela, shut up. All right, let's get all this around her face. It's going to be a little bit smaller here. Okay, let's get the magenta going. How long have we been on here so far? Oh, it's a little bit over 20 minutes right now. Time goes so fast. So we'll work for another 5 minutes. Like I said, there's no reason for me to like stay on here the whole time and do the rest of this hair because this is the process. So if you like this process of doing hair, this is how you do it. And I learned from, I will put her name below. I've given her a shout out before and I can't think of her name. And saw her do a color combo, something similar to this. If it's not the exact colors, I don't think I ever knew the exact colors. I kind of just figured what I thought would be good. Or did she give me the exact colors on that one? I can't remember. Oh, I just can't remember. So many color combinations, so little time. All right, this is such a small space, and I want it to be light where her eyelashes are. So I am going to just go from, I'm going to skip the indigo and I'm just going to go right to the magenta and then go right to the pink. Because I want things to stay light here. I don't want it to get dark at all because her eyelashes are right there. And I want to make sure that I show off her eyelashes. Even right there, I got a little bit of her eyelashes that I don't want to get in there. So that'll just stay nice and pink in there. And also, yeah, that looks good. Okay. So you can always just make like little adjustments when you need to. Like right here is her eyelashes again. I don't want to, I could go on the corner there, but I'm just going to start there so I don't go over her eyelashes too much because I like her eyelashes. I drew them in. What am I doing? Yeah, this is next. I don't want to do the same thing I did with like her hair going across her face like that. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why? Where the hell did that go? The hair swiping across her face like disappeared. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm going to do? Because I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to get rid of the highlights right here because this should be really dark right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this all in right here and then bring the purple in a little bit more and bring the purple down here a little bit more. And I'll fix this here. I just won't do it on camera because right here the hair is not supposed to have any highlights in it, right, by the face. So right here, that should be more solid instead of, you know what, I'm kind of liking, all right, we'll leave it. And I'll have to decide, but it really should be darker here by the face. The hair, like, there shouldn't be a highlight there when it's underneath, like when you're seeing the hair like in the back, it's always darker, right? So I'm probably going to get rid of the highlight there. I just noticed that when I was doing her hair. Anyway, how much more time do we have? Okay, we'll go for just another strand of hair really quickly. I want to get the ones right by her face done. Do some indigo here, a little indigo here, and we'll go right into the orchid. This right here we will put a highlight on. Oh, no. We'll do this dark too. Yeah, we'll do this dark also. So I actually had room for the violet. That's fine. Let's go with the orchid. Oh, you know what? I can erase it. Back that up. Back that up. And let's put a little violet in there. Put a little violet here. Okay, now we'll put the orchid in. And do some blending. So it's nice and dark, like right there. Okay, let's do this other strand here. And this we will have a highlight. It's a long strand right here. Okay, and pink on both sides. When you do that marker base first, oh my god, it makes the biggest difference. It's just so much smoother. Okay, and let's do some white in here. Light pressure. And that is the last strand we're going to do. I feel like I should do this one right here. Hopefully, you guys, if my camera turns off, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, especially if you want to see the background done and these like pearls hanging off of the leaves. Come visit me on Instagram. In the next day or two, it'll be done and posted on there. I have a really pretty Instagram. I've kind of redone my Instagram. It's like a little gallery of my artwork, so come check it out. And I said all that right now because my camera likes to turn off after 25 minutes, so that could happen. And at least I've said my little spiel at the end. And you guys, don't worry if everything's not perfect, because you know what, there's so much going on in a picture. Nobody's paying attention to every little part. Just as long as basically it looks good. That's all anybody's looking at, is the overall look of everything. Okay, so there we go with the hair. So we did some of the hair. I think that looks so pretty. So pretty. Okay, like I said, you guys, before my camera turns off, come visit me on Instagram, and you guys can see how I finish up the background and how I do these strands of like beads that are hanging off of the leaves. Okay, so I hope you guys like this. Get yourself some Jane Davenport watercolors. If you can, get some Prismacolor pencils from Sam's Club. 20 bucks, you get like 50 pencils, 45 pencils, something like that. Jane Davenport watercolors are at Michael's. They're beautiful. I love them. I love a bunch of her stuff, but I always use those watercolors. Oh, and I use her colored pencils too, because some of these might have been Jane's pencils besides the Prismacolors. Okay, you guys, that's it. I will talk to you guys in the next video. I don't know what's coming up, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.